Hey everyone, welcome to Series 1, Episode 2 of Marketing Ninja Unleashed. In this episode, we're exploring why introverts make great marketers. I'm sharing some of the tips that I gave away on the Watkins sofa, why customer insights and automated email journeys are incredibly important, and how you can build your own email welcome series to create loyal customers. Hey everyone, I'm Rena, founder of You and Your Story. I want to welcome you to the Marketing Ninja Unleashed podcast, or if you listened to the first episode, a very warm welcome back. If you tuned into my first episode, you'll know that this podcast is all about sharing real marketing insights and strategies that actually work without all the fluff. Today, I've got a packed episode for you. We're talking about why introverts make great marketers, my recent experience being interviewed on the Watkins sofa, and why automated emails are an absolute must for any business. So why do introverts make great marketers? If you listened to the last episode, you'll remember that I was once fired for being too quiet. Ironically, that supposed weakness has turned out to be one of my biggest strengths, and that moment is what helped me define my future. It helped me realize that I'm an introvert. But being an introvert doesn't mean I don't like to talk. Ask my husband. He will wholeheartedly tell you that's not true. I love to talk, especially to those close to me. But put me in a room of strangers and I may come across as a different person. My thought process changes and my brain starts thinking in a different way. I start to analyze the people around me, their body language, the things they're talking about, who they're talking to. This thought process used to take much longer, and it meant I used to be a lot slower joining conversations, especially when I was in big groups. But not anymore. I've been listening to a few coaches and communications experts, and they've really helped me communicate better and more quickly. Why does an introvert make a great marketer? First of all, the way that we think is different. Introverts process information thoroughly. We analyze, observe, and make well thought out decisions. For those of you working in marketing, you'll know how valuable this is, because the best strategies are built on insight, not on impulse. Don't get me wrong, the occasional impulsive marketing campaign can really create excitement and show how quickly you can react to trends. Look at how the brand Nothing jumped on Jaguar's relaunch of their new logo. 4.5 million views of their social posts. That's pretty good. Another one of my favourite reactive companies is Aldi. Ever since they were sued by M&S for introducing Cuthbert the Caterpillar, their Twitter X profile has been on fire. It's so funny and definitely worth a follow. But without building a solid strategy and a good brand first, these would have been one-hit wonders. Secondly, marketing isn't just about shouting the loudest. It's about understanding your audience. And on a side note, if you don't know who your audience is, listen to episode 1, where I give you a list of questions to help you find your target audience. Introverts excel at listening and picking up on the small details that make a message resonate. That means we hear what most people will ignore, snippets of useful information that could really transform your business. There's a term called social listening, which is something that's often passed off as marketing blurb, but it's so important and something that introverts are brilliant at. I was talking to someone at a networking event about social listening and recorded a little clip while I was out. Here it is. I was just at a networking event and I was chatting to somebody about social listening. They didn't know what it was. It's one of the most underrated terms in marketing, and it's still being brushed off as marketing blurb, but it's really not marketing blurb. It's one of the most important things that you should be doing right now. It'll help you create a more customer-focused business. Social listening means listening to your customers on social media and any other online platforms that you've got available to you. And let's be honest, it's going to be raw feedback. They think they're talking to their family and friends, so it's likely to be the truth, and that's the kind of feedback you need to shape your business. All the traditional feedback through reviews and focus groups are also really important. Hearing your customer voice is what makes good businesses do better. You might actually learn why people are returning your products so much. What's the one feature they really want on your product? What's stopping them from signing up for your service? You can even find out what customer complaints are going on about your competitors by using social listening. So why wouldn't you do it? The best bit is, it's really easy to do. All you need to do is search for your brand name, your product names, or relevant hashtags on social media platforms to see what's available and read what is being said about your company, your products, your industry. Every so often, Google your company, Google yourself, and see what comes up after your sponsored and organic listings. Do the same on all the other browsers as well. People are posting everywhere these days. So by actively looking for your brand and reviews of your products and services, you'll be able to find out exactly what your customers and even your prospects are saying about you. Social listening isn't just marketing jargon. It's useful and will be powerful for your business. And if you're not listening on social media, you really need to find a way to get some feedback directly from your customers. That's the thing that's going to make you different and you stand out against your competitors in what is traditionally a very crowded marketplace. Customer insight is the most valuable bit of information that you could have in your business. One of the best campaigns that I've ever been involved in was based on customer insight, and it was when I was working at Police Mutual. A colleague mentioned that there were never any forks in police stations, and she wanted to take her own spork when she was in the station. She suggested giving them to police officers. I saw it firsthand when I was in a police station and needed a fork for my lunch. Every single cutlery drawer had multiple spoons and a couple of blunt knives, but no forks anywhere. By having a few conversations internally and with a couple of our customers, we thought we'd test whether a police officer would want a spork in exchange for us to be able to market to them. Little did we know how much this would take off. Officers were signing up like we were giving away free money. It was crazy. I remember one Monday morning sitting in a conference room stuffing sporks into envelopes to make sure all the police officers that signed up actually got their sporks on time. Moving away from the spork, even though I could talk about it forever. I wanted to explain why I was so excited to be interviewed by Christopher Watkin on the Watkin Sofa. For those of you who don't know Christopher, he's a leading property marketing expert, and he runs the go-to podcast for estate and letting agents. He is bursting with useful information and insights about how those in property can grow their businesses. I'll add a link to his profile in the description. I worked with him over 14 years ago and was absolutely flattered when he wanted to interview me. We talked about marketing tactics that actually work for estate and letting agents, and little things that are often missed, like Google business listings, taking advantage of reviews, and something really close to my heart, personal branding. So many businesses in the estate and lettings industry still rely on outdated methods to market their business, and their use of social media is limited to just posting property listings. My biggest bugbear is when they're using a standard message all the time. Buying, selling, renting a property is not a quick transaction. Your customers don't do this very often. It's not the same process as buying a block of cheese. There's a lot more thought and research that goes into it, and it takes time to convert these people. So providing information that they're looking for on your social platforms helps you become the expert, the go-to person in your industry. The easiest thing you can do, which so many agents still do, is just post property listings on social media. A message that's actually only aimed at house buyers and tenants. And it's what you pay Rightmove for. What about those selling their properties? Or even landlords looking to expand their portfolios? You're the expert when it comes to the local property market. Show them that, and you'll have sellers and landlords at your doorstep. If you haven't seen the interview videos on social media yet, I'll add a link to my YouTube channel in the description, where they're hosted. I'd love to know what you think, as long as you're nice. Don't comment on my hair though. I cannot tell you why it's standing on end in the middle of my parting. Automated emails, a powerful marketing tool that isn't used anywhere near enough, in my opinion. Automated emails work off triggers. So someone, for example, subscribes to your email marketing, or adds some information to your website, answers a few questions, and gives you their home insurance renewal date, or their date of birth, for example. All of these count as triggers, and there are so many email platforms out there that allow you to take advantage of this customer volunteered information, or CVI in marketing speak. Once you've got a trigger, you can start building email flows. The one that I'm going to talk through today is a welcome flow. Whilst it's simple, it's so powerful. It introduces your new prospect to your brand. And if you're not convinced yet, here are the top 3 reasons you really need to introduce a welcome flow. Number 1, they build relationships on autopilot. A really strong email sequence keeps your brand in your customer's mind without requiring constant effort. Number 2, they save time. Once they're set up, they nurture leads and drive sales while you focus on other parts of your business. Number 3, they convert better. Studies show that welcome emails have an open rate of around 50%, dependent on the industry you're in. That's huge compared to standard marketing emails. Those that receive them are more likely to buy in the future as well. So what makes a good email welcome flow? Grab a notepad. Here's what you need to create the best welcome series. Email 1. Introduce yourself and thank them for subscribing. Most importantly, recognize the source that they came from. By that, I mean, if they wanted 10% off, give them the code they need. If they entered a prize draw, tell them they're in the prize draw and what happens next. If they're just interested in your brand, tell them what's in store for them and promise not to bombard them. Remind them of how they can manage their preferences too. Email 2. Tell your story and your mission. Don't waffle on though. You need to be able to tell your story in a few short, easy to read sentences. Give away snippets with links to take users back to your website if they want to read more. Add confidence builders where you can. 2,000 happy customers, for example. 4,500 products sold. Over 100 years in business. All of these little statements help to build trust in your brand. Email 3. Focus on adding value. Give them something useful. Remind them of the welcome offer if they haven't used it already. If you're a service-based business, offer a free guide to help them get some exclusive insight. Email 4 is where you can highlight customer reviews, case studies, and success stories. Show your subscribers what you've done before. Fill them with confidence to let them know your product or your service has helped hundreds of others like them in the past. Email 5 needs to build in a strong call to action. Encourage them to take the next step, whether that's booking a call, making a purchase, or even following you on social media. This is your opportunity to push them to do something. Whilst customers are going to go through this welcome series, make sure you ring fence them from receiving other emails. Jumping in too soon with a sales message and being overly pushy could really put people off. Hopefully that gives you enough to get your welcome series sorted. However, I have put together a quick guide with everything that I've just talked through to help you create your perfect welcome series. Drop your email on the link below and I'll get that across to you. And that's it for episode 2. I've covered a lot today, including why introverts make amazing marketers, my experience on the Watkins sofa, and why automated emails are essential for your business, plus a guide to crafting the perfect welcome series. I know I've thrown a lot of information at you in this episode, but the one key takeaway I want you to walk away with is, if you're an introvert, don't let anyone tell you that marketing isn't for you. It's actually your superpower, one that allows you to create meaningful, impactful marketing campaigns that actually connect with people. And if you're umming and ahhing about hiring an introvert because they're different to you, do it. It's the best decision you will ever make. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you an introvert thriving in the marketing industry? Have you set up your welcome flow yet? You'll definitely want to subscribe to the Marketing Ninja Unleashed podcast so you don't miss the next episode. I'll be talking about networking and what I learned from a so-called social media training event about the follow the herd kind of mentality, and what the most important piece of data is that you should be collecting and how you use it to become more profitable. So until next time, remember, you and your story is here to make sure your story is the one the world won't forget. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
This has been a Monkey Pants Productions podcast.